Yes, I'm really sorry earlier on. I was trying to use my desktop for the first time, and that's the reason why you were unable to get my sound, get my voice, and get the volume. Because I have not tested it, but I realized that it seems that there is availability to use desktop now. So that's what I jumped to. I jumped at it in order to use it. But at the end of the day, I realized that the volume wasn't going ahead. Thanks to those who alerted me straight away. Thank you so much because I didn't realize that there was no volume. Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry that I was unable to come on board since last week. Perhaps either Tuesday or Wednesday was the last time you saw me on board. The protocol I have in the office is that I deal with something that is important more on ground before coming online. So when I have thank you, Shoyigi. When I have something pressing to do or to deal with, I deal with present matter first before coming online. Online is just to educate and to put people on notice as to what is going on with regards to either in the community, in the country, or on immigration rules. That is the essence of that. So that is why I was unable to come on board, because there are other things piling up and I have to deal with them. I deal with priorities. It's not that online is not part of me. It is part of me. But at least the one you can deal with first, you deal with it before coming online, so that you don't leave every stone unturned. Good morning and blessed, beautiful day here in the United Kingdom. I'm looking closely on the visa applications to United Kingdom suitability requirement. There has been so much heavy refusals lately, and that bothers my mind a lot now. There has been so much, many people have been refused. But we got to understand the suitability requirement to know the reason why guys over there are being refused from coming into my United Kingdom. Like I said earlier on with the video, the immigration officer is not the right word that deals with the entry clearance applications. The entry clearance officers is the right language, right norms to use when it comes to simplifying who and who is handling which matter. When they made application from overseas, when you made application from overseas, the entry clearance is the representative of the Home Secretary office in the United Kingdom overseas. They are in the consulate embassies. It can be embassies, it can be consulate. They are the one making decision for people to enter United Kingdom. And when it comes to entering into United Kingdom, you look at it differently. There are some things that they check, but whatever they check, those who have the tiny eyes are those who are at the borders here, immigration officers. The reason why they have tiny eyes is because they have the immediate access to the system that check whether you have done something stupid before, or you got some documents that are not supposed to be in your bag. They have tiny eyes, so they can see through. A lot of people do not understand the difference between those guys. The immigration officers are at the borders. Case workers are the home office people that are making the decision for you to remain in the UK. Immigration officers are the ones that land you to come to UK. It is not the pilot. The pilot job is just to land the aircraft, and that's the end of his job, or his job rather. At the moment, it's a masculine word in international piloting. So his job ended when he landed you safely. The next person who take on the job from him when he has landed you is the immigration officer. Immigration officer will only land you if you met all the requirements to pass through the UK borders. If you fail to meet the requirement to pass through UK borders, the immigration officer will not land you. What do I mean by landing? Landing means stamping you and say welcome and come in. If you are not stamped on the passport, you have not been landed. The aircraft job is to safely put you back on ground where he has picked you safely. It doesn't matter whether he pick you from Lagos ground and drop you to United Kingdom soil. It doesn't matter. The job of that captain is to safely land you from the air. But as soon as he landed you, the job of the immigration officer is to use their tiny eyes to see through things that the entry clearance officers cannot see. They check documents, they check your bag, they check why you are coming. And that is why a lot of people fail in the application. Because when they give documents, when they instruct, they instruct people that do applications for them wrongly. And as a result of that, it fails. It fails because they don't know most of the information put there. I don't do my applications behind your back. You have to sit down and be answering questions. You have to provide the requirement document for me to know you are serious. You are actually coming to travel into UK and you will be going back. And I want to know that you have the requirements that the government is seeking for you to pass through the borders to come to United Kingdom. So it's basically a major problem because when you instruct, you don't stay there and know what they put in for you, and you don't have copy of the visa application. So at the end of the day, when you travel into United Kingdom, they refuse to land you because you cannot answer simple questions on your form. Is it not your form? You sign it. So when you sign a form, you are under obligation because you have given consent. So ignorance of law is not an excuse. You signed that document. So basically, it means that you knew what you were signing. At an adult 18 years and above, you are consenting. Our parents signed the document for underage, so they are consenting as well, so they know what they were signing at the time they signed their signature on it. So you don't sign document unless you read it and you have understood what is in there. If you don't understand what they have written, what they put on the form to you, either through the bank or to the mortgage or anybody, don't sign document. The moment you put your signature on document, you have failed yourself if it goes wrong. And that's exactly what happens in terms of those who are saying that, oh, I'm not the one that signed it, or I'm the one that signed it, but I didn't feel it. That's not an excuse. You instructed someone. You are an adult. You are an adult. So basically, you know what you were doing. You are an adult. We are talking about the visa applications to the United Kingdom. The suitability requirement is my concern now. And that's what I'm looking at. You know. Suitability requirement is my concern, and I'm looking at that closely. What are the requirements? What is government asking you to do when it comes to coming into the United Kingdom? And lately, it appears that people are being refused. You see, there are two ways of coming to UK. Either you obtain visa before coming in, or you obtain visa at the port of entry. That is visa national and non-visa national. There are not many non-visa national anymore now. Majority are visa nationals that must take visa before coming to United Kingdom. Closely, I'm looking at those who applied and they were refused as a result of one not meeting the suitability requirement. What exactly is the suitability requirement? That's what I want to look into this morning. But as part of the suitability requirement, I am looking closely at what they call good character inside suitability requirement. So let's start looking into that. I'm looking at what they call good character. Good character is something that you have to take on board. A lot of people will say, oh, I invite my mom and my dad, they have been coming in and out and they refuse them. Something went wrong in between. Who is the person that you instructed to represent them? You've got to check. You need to understand. So we're looking at the visa applications to United Kingdom suitability requirement. What exactly is the immigration officer looking for when you arrive into UK? And what are the things that the entry clearance looking for when you are coming from when you are making an application outside the United Kingdom? Hello? Hello?
I'm sorry to disturb you really in the morning, because someone just gave me your number, so I want to get in touch with you about my case, please.
Okay, I tell you what, call me later on, because basically at the moment I am on a live program, so I would suggest you call me later on.
Oh, at what time is that, please?
I will not be able to specify, but just call the same number you are calling now. Somebody will pick it up after this program, and if necessary, they will book you an appointment to see me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're looking at the requirement and the suitability. What exactly are the suitability requirements? What are the suitability requirements? And that is what I want to look into closely this morning, because without looking at the suitability requirement and understand exactly what these entry clearance officers are looking for, application is going to continue to have failed. They are not going to succeed. They continue to have negative results. I'm not even talking. You see, there are some countries that still have good preference and good reputation, but my concern now lately is Nigeria. Apologies to those who are not Nigerians that are online. It means that I haven't received anything negative hugely from your country. My concern at the moment is Nigeria. Nigerians that are coming to travel into United Kingdom are being heavily refused. Heavily refused. And I use the word heavily, so underline it, because the numbers of people that are receiving refusal notices this time around are quite high. And the reason why they are being refused, based on so many reasons. When I read some of their refusal notices, I realized that the part of the reason why people are being refused is because... Hello?
Yeah, I want you to go. I can't.
I'm on the live program, Shao.
Okay, but when you come back, but you need more time. You're more motivated. Like Jojo.
Oh, well, on Facebook, don't mention your name.
Oh, okay. You got time, your money.
Okay, hold on. Let me check.
Okay, then.
Are you sure they gave you today?
Yeah, it's today. Your secretary. I talked to her. He was busy now. I'm not sure if it's 2 o'clock.
Can't find you on my radar here. And it's today, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you on Friday. They gave you Friday.
Friday. Okay, is it Friday then?
But do you want today? I can still manage you in for 1:30 if you want today.
Okay.
Or I should leave it for Friday.
Leave it for Friday. What time was it? What time was it on Friday?
Friday is 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. All right. I'll see you on Friday.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Bye. Sorry about that. A lot of people do not know that I'm on a live program, but I still have to answer them in between because it comes through my personal line. So I have to quickly look at the iCloud. But what I'm trying to put through here is the suitability requirement. Let's quickly talk about what they meant by suitability requirement. Suitability requirement for your application to be successful, you have to show some credentials. Forget about when I say credentials. Credentials are documents you are going to submit, isn't it? But the most important thing is to show that you are financially viable. When it comes to visit visa, you have to show that you are financially viable. You have to show that you don't have a stained record both home and abroad. Stained record means not having any criminal record. That is part of the suitability requirement. Now it comes under good conduct, good character. So if you have stained record, you are not going to succeed. Do you understand? You are not going to succeed in your application. Now, to succeed in your application, you got to look at the requirements the entry clearance officers is seeking. Basically, if you make an application to come to UK, let me put it on a layman English. Let me forget about the tatamount English that we use in law that makes life difficult for our readers. Let me break it into pieces. The requirement to come to United Kingdom on a visit visa is simple. The first thing is that you have to have a clean record. It means that you have not overstayed your status at one point at all since you have been coming in and out into the United Kingdom. If you have been coming before, if you are a new person, a new candidate that is making a fresh application, your yes must be yes and your no must be no. Say, for example, if you have previously applied on a different name and they have refused you, and you now change your name and went to Abuja to go and change your records and details, for example, typical example, that's what I'm saying now, and check the record and details on the passport, your fingerprint cannot be changed. Bear that in mind, your fingerprint cannot be removed. So it basically means that at the end of the day, your fingerprint will give you out because you'll be fingerprinted. Anyway, if you want to pass through our borders, the application you submitted there, they have to do fingerprints for you. So it will appear that you have applied previously, they have refused you, but you have lied on your current application to say you have not previously applied. You know, and basically they're going to refuse you. They're going to refuse you. So the only way out of this, the only way out of this is to follow the procedure. And when you say you are making an application to come to UK, you want to spend 3 weeks. On that application, you mentioned 3 weeks. 3 weeks must be 3 weeks. Because if your 3 weeks is more than that, at the end of the day, when you come to UK and you refuse, and you want to come, they will refuse you. You know, they will refuse you. They will definitely refuse you if you are going to come to UK and your 3 weeks is not 3 weeks. So the most important thing you have to follow, because a lot of people lied. They lied above their income. When people earn salary of 300,000 in a month, do you understand? And they only have at the end of their salary, or at the end of the month, you only see them with probably 50,000 naira left in their bank account. Where is the evidence coming from that they earned that salary? That is none of the entry clearance officers that you are paying loan back. You have to find money. Coming to UK is not cheap. A lot of people do not understand that coming to United Kingdom, they think is for Dick and Harry. Oh, never. It's not for that. Those who have come successfully in the past knows what they have put forward to the entry clearance officers. If you're earning a salary of 3,000 and at the end of the month, the 6 months bank statement we ask you to produce, you are only having equivalent of £50 in there, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed because somebody who earns 300,000 every month and you want to come with the whole family, about 5 of you, how are you going to manage? How are you going to succeed? So you're not going to succeed in that application. That is what people don't understand. You're not going to succeed in that kind of application. You know, you're not going to succeed. To succeed in an application of that nature, your A must be A, your B must be B, because they will be assessing you on local level. So if they accepted your £300 as a salary at the end of the month, they knew you are earning a good money, relatively average is not bad in Nigeria of today. But what they require from you at the end of the day is to have enough money to show that you can fund your coming and you can fund your people following you. If you're coming, you are a man and you have your wife and 2 children, and at the end of the month, what you have left in your bank account is £60, equivalent to British pound sterling, you're not going to succeed. You know, you're not going to succeed. Basically, you're not going to succeed. And you are boasting that you earn 300,000. That 300,000 is not reflecting in your bank account for the last 6 months. It's always fluctuating 100,000, 150,000. But you are saying that you earn 300,000. That application will not succeed on this planet. And when you are making the application, you even fail to disclose your financial situation to the person assisting you to make the application. Of course, you are going to fail yourself. This is not the first time of us putting an application through to the entry clearance officer, and successfully they are granted. But when people are so stained of not telling the truth, it basically means that they will not succeed, no matter what they do. They will not succeed. That is the financial side of it. The good character that I was trying to explain to you is if you have come to UK previously and you have been making an application because you have 5 years visa, so you have free entry to come in every whatever time. But in that 5 years, this information that they put down on your application is not known. If the information you put down when you are going for your 10 years is wrong, they will refuse you, because it does not tally with what you said on your application, your 5 years. Hello?
Hello, ma. Good morning, ma.
Morning to you. Please, I'm on a live program. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, ma.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Olu.
Okay.
Firstly, I would like to say kudos to the good work you've been doing. I'm always watching your program on
Thank you.
Facebook and YouTube.
Thank you.
Just a quick question, ma. I've got leave to remain through my son.
Okay.
Then on the course of that 2.5 years, I got married to my partner.
Mm-hmm.
We got another child. Along the way as well. But she's got a son
Okay.
who's going to be 6 in this month. So altogether, stepson, and then I've got 2 sons to my British wife. So now the 2.5 years is going to expire the 8th of this month.
Okay.
So and I'm trying to put in back again,
Mm-hmm.
which I think they will be putting. I think my lawyer will be putting the application in either today or tomorrow.
Okay.
But I'm doing it based on change of status, which means because I'm married, I'm now doing change of status. So I don't know if that's okay, because the 2.5 years, though they say it's a 10 years route.
I have to tell you one thing categorically. I am not too sure the mind of the caseworker at the Home Office.
Okay.
If you have previously run out of status before you were granted
Yes,
your leave to remain,
yes.
despite you be changing your status to partner of a person who is present and settled in the UK, an application will still be dealt with outside the rules, because the fact remains that you have overstayed at the time you were granted inside the country, so it was not outside from entry clearance.
Okay.
So it basically means that there is every possibility that's going to remain on the 10 years route.
Oh, okay.
But you are only just notifying them that, hold on a minute, I'm not relying on this anymore, I am relying on my wife.
Yeah.
But if you look at the application closely, it has 10 years route as well on a partner.
So this is,
Yes.
yeah.
Those who have 5 years on partner route are students, or those who have leave to remain that has never overstayed their status in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Those are the people that have that opportunity to go on 5-year parent route or 5-year partner route. The 10-year parent route and 10-year partner route are those who have run out of status, and before they are granted. You understand? So it basically means they were granted on mercy or discretionary leave.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So is it going to be same one? I'm still going to.
There is every possibility that it's going to be on 10 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But you are just telling them change of circumstances.
No, they are aware anyway, because when we went to go do the registry, we notified them and they wrote me and my partner together to go ahead for the marriage.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
Aware, but just official notification.
Yeah, that's fine. It's what needs to notify the Secretary of State agent that, hold on a minute, I am now married, I want to rely on my wife, I want you to have it on your record, so they will know your article. It makes your articulate more stronger.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, man.
You're most welcome.
Kudos for the good work, man. God bless you.
Thank you, dear. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So as we are saying, we're still on the issue of visa coming to the United Kingdom, because that's what brought us together this morning. That's what we want to look at. So I'm talking about the good character level. If you have lied on your previous application and the Secretary of State agent outside the United Kingdom, which is the ECOs, they manage to pick it up, you will be refused. No matter what you do, no matter how much you have in your bank account, you'll be refused. And another thing a lot of people do not understand about visa to the United Kingdom, suitability requirement, comes on good character level that I'm saying. You see, you cannot afford to make that error mistake. The mistake I'm talking about is that you cannot just dump bloody 12 million in your bank account and not having a source of the income. 12 million in your bank account and you cannot explain where the money come from. 15 million in your bank account and you cannot explain where the money come from. Who cares? Who cares? You'll be refused. People will say that they are selling product and you are selling product, the business is not registered. There is no invoice, there is no business account, there is nothing to attach to the business other than you dumping 12 million in the account. You are going to be refused. You are going to be refused. Basically, Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Chika.
Hi there.
Yeah, please, I would like to ask you a question, please.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I have two children who have British PIN, and I have to leave to remain the 2 years visa. Yes, but I've been given that visa for like two times. Yeah, do I need to wait for 10 years before I can be granted British PIN also?
How do you mean you have been giving them visa for 2 years? Who are you been giving visa to?
No. I have 2 years, 2.5 years visa. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so how many times have you been granted?
2 times.
So you are on a second term now.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So if you're on a second term now, what was your status before you were granted the first term?
I'm just a single mother of two.
So you haven't got any status when you were granted at first.
No.
So you were granted outside the rules.
Yeah, because my children have British pay here.
Okay. So it basically means that you're under 10 years parent route.
Okay.
So you have 2 more terms to go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
At the end of the 4th term, you will apply for your indefinite leave to remain, not British passport.
Oh, okay.
You will apply for your indefinite leave to remain. Then a year ending the indefinite leave to remain application that you were after 1 year of granting, then you can go into apply to naturalize, not for British passport. You will naturalize first. After your naturalization, then you will then pick up a form from post office to apply for passport.
Okay, can I have one question? Is it after because I'll be given that twice and I have to renew it very soon? Is it going to be leave to remain also, right?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So I have to wait for like five times.
No. You are going 4 term. 4 term.
4 times.
That is
okay.
10 years. Over 10 years period, you'll be granted 2.5, which is 30 months.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye. Continuation of the visas requirement that we're talking about. It is imperative that we understand the requirements. If you're running a business and your business is not registered and there is no bank account, there is no invoices, there is no receipt, you're not going to be successful in your application. It doesn't matter how much money you put in the account. You can see what happens to Roman Abramovich lately. He's been asked the source of his income. You can see how mighty he is. He's being asked the source of his income. So nobody's above the law. Hello? Yes, good morning. Thank you, sir. Please go ahead.
So, I have a dependent which is my stepmom. So, my stepmom was EU. I depend on her. She was the one that gave me documents, let me put it that way. So, she gave me 5 years. But now, the problem I have now is when she gave me the 5 years, I start working full time. So now, the problem I was thinking I'm going to have now is when I want to renew. I don't know, because based on I depend on her. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to work full time or part time. I don't know.
Your stepmother is European national, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. So if you were granted 5 years based on relying on your stepmother, you have to do everything along with her 5 years consecutively. If you don't work, you can go to school. But what you need to bear in mind is that you must show that you are economically active along with her in the UK. Either way, student or labor market, it doesn't bother the Secretary of State, but you must not sit idle.
But now I was just thinking maybe when I want to renew my document. She had a baby now, and she was not working like for a year.
You mean your
My stepmom, my dependent. So she was not working for now because she had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just thinking maybe if I want to renew, I don't know, maybe my salary, I don't need to earn.
You will not
more
be.
money than her, or
Listen. I'm on a public seat, so the whole world is listening to me. If you want to take advice, consultation, book appointment, come to office and come and take advice correctly. There is not enough time to explain things to you here. You understand? But the most important thing I want to highlight here is that your stepmother, who is the European person you are relying on, must work for 5 years consecutively if your application for permanent residence is going to be successful. Period.
okay.
Yes. So go and call my office and book appointment for further advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, hi.
I'm good. Please, I want to ask a question concerning someone who got to the UK without visa and the visa had expired, and then is ready to get married to someone who has a British passport in this country. And I want to think, what is the best way for him? Is it best way for him to go to Nigeria to go and get married, or is it possible for him to get married here?
You see, first thing we need to bear in mind is that visitors are not allowed to regularize status in the UK unless they are relying on under their European partner, European spouse, or European parent. That is when the law says that they don't have to show how they enter UK according to the European regulations. And once we are out of Europe in 2020 finalist, not March 2019, December 2020, we see the end of clearance. And as soon as we finish the clearance by 2020, then the EA person, family member that want to rely will have to go through the immigration rule as well. But currently, they are the only one that is not required to show how they enter UK. That is under European regulations. But for those who came in under visit visa and want to marry to somebody who has a British passport, I'm afraid they're going to encounter some headache inside the country.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. The visit visa requirement I'm talking about, or the suitability rules, have not changed. I've not left it aside because the people want me to complete on that topic, and I'm still going to go ahead. But I'll be taking questions in between just to let people know that I'm viable to answer any questions relating to immigration and nationality rules in the United Kingdom. You know, if yours doesn't go well, it means you are not doing something right. You've done something wrong that makes yours go wrong. For those that I have been handling for years, over 20 years now, they know exactly who I am. Cases that will not go through, I'm not going to put my head to it. But if for any reason it went wrong for you, it means you have lied. Either you lied to me, or you lied to the entry clearance officers, or you lied to the immigration officers, or you lied to case workers. And as a result, you are refused. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good morning to you, dear.
Good morning, ma. I was just following your life now, and you said something about the 10 years route.
That's correct.
And my own case, sorry, my name is Rose.
Thank you.
My own case is, I came into the country as a student in 2011, and I had a child with someone, and the child was British. The child has got a British passport. Then I got married in 2014 to another British citizen. And when I sent in my documents to the Home Office, they gave me the 10 years route on the partner.
Are you? Did you say you were a student?
Yeah, I was a student. I had a 3-year student visa.
And you never run out of student status?
Never. I never, even for a single day. But I was surprised I was put under the 10 years partner.
Who helped you? Who helped you to do it? Did you get a lawyer?
No, I just filled it on my own.
Ooh. Ooh. You should have come under 5 years. Anyway, parents' route, if you have leave to remain and you submit your English certificate and you have life in the UK test, you will come under 5 years route. You know that in my mind. If you have leave to remain that has not expired.
They said my husband didn't have the income.
That is it.
2,800.
That is it. That's why you were given 10 years route. That's just it.
Yeah, and the second, now I'm on the second term of it.
Yeah.
I sent it again, but now he's ending 19,000 above the 16,000. Yet they still put me under the 10 years route.
No, they're not going to change that anymore. You did not make the requirement at the time of the initial. initial time of the
okay.
application, and the initial means at the beginning of that application. So you are going to go on 10 years throughout.
Oh my God.
Half bread is better than none, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
thank you, dear.
Well,
Hello. 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 So, back to what we're talking about on the suitability requirements to come to the United Kingdom. If you are a self-employed person, what you need to show to the entry clearance officers on documentation is to show that your business is registered. And the business is registered, the corporate affairs document needs to be enclosed, or the entrepreneur, whatever enterprises you are using in Nigeria world, you need to enclose one of those. And the business name must have a bank account name. So you must register, you must have the business account. And invoices and receipts are so important. And there has to be activities of trading. If the business has long dated more than 3 years, there has to be payments to the first. They call them first in Nigeria, which is more equivalent to the HM revenue and customs in the UK. You cannot just dump money into the account and say you have money, 12 million. 12 million that does not belong to you, that you cannot account for. Your application will be refused, for God's sake. It's all about accountability. Where is the money coming from? Where are you getting the money? Accountability is exactly what they are asking for. Somebody is trying to challenge me and say, oh, my friend has so million in the account. I asked your friend, can you explain where this money comes from? She was unable to explain where the money comes from. Of course, our application will be refused. Because the business you were doing is not even up to 12 million. It does not even show that you can produce 12 million in 1-2 months. So where do you get the whole 12 months dumped into the account for the purpose of making an application for entry clearance application? Believe me, your application will be refused. It's just simple. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning to you. Please go ahead.
Hi, Karama.
Ekaro, please, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
And you know that I'm application for settlement.
Mobile ṣe application for your fún settlement.
Full settlement láti kò bí spouse visa.
Ṣé ó wọlé?
Wọlé àrùn.
Ìyàwó yìí ti wọlé?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, màá láti 6 months ago.
Láti ṣe application yẹn ó dẹ̀ ti wọlé?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Sọ fún mi pé ó ti wọlé. Ta ló sọ̀rọ̀? So wọ́n grant ìyàwó yìí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you. And it's a first, and she's a first timer. Ẹni sùúrù ṣé ìyàwó yẹn ti wá rí? First time ni mo ṣe application yẹn fún wọn dẹ̀ grant yẹn. Adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Thank God, we thank God for that. That is very good. So the application was done at first and it was granted spouse visa. Fantastic. Well done.
Question is, you invite the mother-in-law.
Yeah, of course you can do that. You are a British.
So nǹkan tó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ni ẹ̀mọ̀ pé lórí ilé ìtẹ̀sọ̀ sọ yẹn pé owó tán ẹ̀ǹ ni wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ ní local government. So owó tán ẹ̀ǹ táwọn máa fi gbá application yẹn wọlé mo mọ̀ pé owó yẹn ò lè tó requirement kan tó máa wò.
How old is your mother-in-law? Has she attained retirement age?
50.
50 years.
Then. So mo wá wò pé ṣé mo lè sponsor wọn.
Oh yes, definitely. You see, what she needs in her case, if she's coming as a visitor, all she needed is to show that she has a job to return back to in Nigeria. That is what they call strong community ties.
Okay.
She needs to show that she has other children apart from your wife in Nigeria.
Okay.
Especially grandchildren that she has. She has to put them forward, you know.
Okay, so I only sponsor one.
You can be the sponsor, of course, but you have to think about the accommodation because she's an adult on her own. That means that she will need a whole room to herself.
Reservation for because 2 days I'm not okay.
Okay, that's fine.
But over to time, you know, my wife said, she formula to be appointed, fill the letter.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay,
yes. Congratulations. Well done to the application. I didn't know about that.
Yes, now what's full secretary in time, but that's over Leko.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, cheers.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, dear. You can hear that. I didn't even know about that one. There are so many of them, but I can't even remember. And that was a first-timer spouse visa that we put in straight away. It has to go through because the entry clearance officers knows my letterhead. They know about me. They know that I will not put my head low to make wrong application or to deceive the government. I will tell the truth. But the point is, don't lie to me. Because if you hide the information from me, then it will be difficult for me to expose everything and make it clear. Analysis is what the ECO needed. Analysis is what the caseworker is seeking for. When we are representing client, we have to analyze. If you are not able to analyze situation clearly, you are going to be refused, and you cannot blame lawyer for that. You blame yourself because you have something hidden agenda. And if you have something hidden, of course it will invalidate your application immediately. So don't blame anybody. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma.
Yes.
I just want to ask a question.
Please go ahead.
Yes. Please, ma, I've got two children.
Okay.
With my partner.
Yeah.
And my partner, when we got married, my partner hasn't got indefinite stay then. But now he has got indefinite stay. I just want to confirm, can we nationalize the two children to be a big thing?
Where are the children? Where are the children?
They are here with
Were they born in the United Kingdom?
Yes.
And how old are they?
7 years and 5 years.
Of course, the dad can proceed.
You can nationalize them.
Yes, I said yes.
Okay. But if I want to do it, can I come to you, ma?
Yeah, come to my office. Get my phone number in the office and call my office directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
God bless your work.
Thank you. The office number is on 0208 309 8808. Office number 0208 309 8808. When you use WhatsApp to call me, those who call directly will take you off immediately they call. So please bear that in mind. WhatsApp, they will take you off when they call. Hello. Hello. I said it. I said they're going to take you off. I said it. Good morning to you. Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yes, ma, good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please, I want to ask a question concerning your Friday live show, please.
What about it?
That Friday, I missed the show. But what you talked about that day was particularly on my case, and I would like to ask a question about it.
Which Friday was that? Which Friday?
The last Friday.
I didn't do program last Friday.
The one you use British passport.
Oh, British passport. Oh, okay. That's gonna be a lengthy one, so you got to book appointments.
I've submitted my application on that regard, but you made mention of one thing I would like to ask a question about.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because that the case is about a child with disability in UK.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I submitted my application before I got to know you, what happened is that my child is autistic, in bracket, non-verbal, so that I submitted an application on that regard. But you made mention of independent social services. But all along that we've been waiting for NHS or all these appointments, there's no at any point that independent social service got involved. And we didn't submit it with our application when we submitted. All we submitted is the letter from the school, the letter they used to diagnose him, letter from occupational therapy and speech therapy, and we attended some seminars like Let Me Communicate and Triple P. All those are things with God, and we submitted it with him, but there's
no independent social service letter there.
So what is your question?
My question is that there's no at any point that independent social service got involved in this case, and we didn't have any letter.
But it's a core requirement to have a report from social services.
Yeah.
It's a core requirement. If you don't have reports about the child's medical situation or learning disability situation, then it's going to be difficult for the Home Office to believe your story.
But we got letter from the NHS, the pediatric department. The letter they used to diagnose him.
Pediatric department is medical. What about those who are assessing, that are watching that child growing in school? What about those who have come to the house to come and see the way the child behaves at home?
Yeah, we got all those letters.
That is that kind of situation. You got to book appointment and come to my desk so that I can analyze better for you. I've got to answer short question on this program because your one is lengthy.
Yes.
But let me tell you, you definitely need a report.
But now that I've submitted my application,
so what do I do? Why are you asking me if the application is submitted already?
What I want to ask is that is it possible if I come to you and I book an appointment now?
Don't transfer case to me. I'm not a greedy lawyer. Don't transfer the case that has already been taken by a lawyer to the Home Office already. It's not fair on the lawyer now.
I'm not transferring it. What I'm asking is if I can still get the independent social services letter, maybe we can still forward it to them.
Are you not using a lawyer to assist you in this case?
We are using one. But he didn't make mention of that one at all.
But you cannot use two lawyers at the same time. Don't you understand the system?
Yeah, yes.
You can't use two lawyers representing you. You're going to lose out in the end.
Okay.
Yes, you definitely need one of us to concentrate on your file. You see, when you are using this one, the only thing you can do with me at this stage is that you can come to me and bring whatever you have before and take further advice. And further advice will mean that once I give the advice, you have to work on it and forward documents and ask your lawyer to forward documents to the Home Office for as further representation or further work. But don't use two lawyers at the same time. No.
No, I'm not going to be used to that. What you said is what I was thinking of. Maybe there's an advice you give me, I can just tell my lawyer so that.
Of course, you can come to me when you have time to come and take further advice. I'll be more than ready to advise further.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Don't mix up my work with others. There's clear difference. The thing we have to understand is that I cannot take cases that are already been submitted by one lawyer to the Home Office already. That's not possible. If after those who have come to me know who I am, I will tell them to wait and get the result first before coming to me. I'm not going to tell them to go and pull it out. It doesn't make sense to me. It will affect client interest. It will definitely affect client interest. Hello.
Mommy.
Good morning to you.
Yes, ma'am. Mommy, I mean, we also do just Friday, the application for mommy.
Okay.
So, no one reviews one. So, mo wa fẹ́ padà gbé wọlé. So, gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ní kí n kó wá ti wà available. Ṣé mo ní láti run account yẹn fún 3 months kí ká tó ṣe àbí kí n máa kó?
Whose account you want to run? Which account?
Sorry, nǹkan tó reviews fún mọ́mí mi tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wípé mo sọ nínú form yẹn láti mo fill it.
Are you aware that I'm on a live program, Sha?
Yeah, kò sí problem ma. Hello ma.
Go ahead.
Yeah, torí nínú application mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe tán reviews yẹn mo sọ pé wọ́n ń rí 99,000. So tí wọ́n láwọn ní evidence pé wọ́n gba owó yẹn.
99,000 for what?
Naira ní shop pé wọ́n make.
99,000 naira.
Yeah.
In a month or in a year?
In a month.
Was there evidence towards that your mom makes 99,000 every month?
And that reason because she reviews one year because evidence.
Thank you for calling in on this thing. Is that not what I said earlier on about suitability? You see, thank you for calling in. Thank you. Carry on.
Yeah, so mo ti register shop wọn fún wọn báyìí mo dẹ̀ open account. Mo wá ní ṣé ó need kí kí n run owó yẹn fún 3 months kí ẹ tó bá mi ṣe ọ̀pọ̀ need.
How old is your mom in the first instance?
She's 60 years.
So she's still young.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma. But mi wà mọ̀ ṣáà gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé torí pé mo jẹ́ EU bóyá mo lè lo under EU application.
If you are European national, then your mother will be coming under family permit. And if your mother is coming in under family permit, then it's got nothing to do with the immigration requirements anymore. But nevertheless, you will still need to show that you are maintaining your mom and you are responsible for her coming to the United Kingdom.
Mo ní gbogbo evidence yẹn mo dẹ̀ ní bí mo ṣe máa ń send owó sí wọn nílé but mi pattern tẹ̀gbọ́n mi ni mo máa ń send ẹ̀ so I don't know bóyá yẹn lè work.
The fans are saying that you should speak English.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
The fans are saying, what is caller saying, for God's sake? Apologies to that effect, caller. Fans, apologies.
I'm sorry, please. So I want to know if I need to run the account for 3 months again.
You see, every refusal needs cooling off period.
Mommy, what I'm trying to do now is that we should forget about the previous application and go for the EU now.
Yes, you'll be making an application on the family permit. But the point I'm going to deal with here is that if your mother is just being refused, you need cooling off period. So you need to cool off. So when was the last refusal received?
Around March.
And we are just in June.
Yeah.
April, May, June. So I'm thinking that your mother could wait till about end of July, possibly August.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is the advice? Do you want me to run the account for that time or I don't need it?
You can carry on with the account, but you said to the entry clearance officer that she's working, that she has business, and
she has business,
and she has 99,000. So basically, I will expect her to run the account to show how the money comes in and go out for the next period again. You understand?
Okay.
So that's my advice. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, ma.
Hello. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning to you.
Yes, ma. Thank you for the program, ma.
Thank you.
Yes, ma.
Hold on. Let me reply this person. Lina Abubakar, let me reply to your question that you wrote there and say family permit does not need evidence of any sort. You are lying. The reason why I say you're lying is because she has previously made application under immigration rules. So she has to keep that information continuous. She has to continue with the information she's told them, even though she's going to be making application under family permit. But she must show that she still has that business and she's making that money, regardless of whether the requirement is required or not. She has said something under the immigration rule. Don't forget, it's the same department that's going to deal with the entry. If she has not done that previously, it's a different ball game entirely. The fact remains that she has told them that she has a business and she earns 99,000 from that business. She must keep that statement going. Lina Napodia Abubakar, that is a response to your question you raised there. Evidence of any sort, she does need it because she has applied under immigration rule previously. So she must keep her statement going. The statement must tally. It must not be different. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Oh, yeah, thank you, ma'am. I have a brother here, and he hasn't got his paper when he made an application for his children, 2 of them back home. And somebody said he's going to help him to bring the kids down here then. And unfortunately, they refused the visa. And someone else said to him that he's going to help him, but they're going to change their names. But unfortunately, the fingerprint was taken in the first application, I think that was when they started the fingerprint. And he go ahead and change the name of the children, but unfortunately they get to know. Though the children were very young then, I think they were about 5 years or 6, and now it's about 8 years or 9 years now. And we don't know if we can still make an application for them. Now they got their real name and they got their passport back and everything, but they're still back home. So what we're trying to ask now is it possible for him to make an application for them now that he got his status in the country? Is he going to be refused, or are they going to wait for 10 years to lift the ban that they put on it? Because they were young then, actually. They're about 5 or 6 years old when the application was made.
Your questions are interwoven. The questions are interwoven, and as a result of that, it makes me lose concentration to know which one to answer first.
Oh.
Yes. There is a 10-year ban in the statement you made.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned something to do with children.
Yes.
And then I think you mentioned someone that's back in Nigeria now.
Oh, yeah, because they were in Nigeria, though their dad is here, and he wanted to bring the children down here then, when they were about 5 or 6 years. So somebody said he's going to help him to bring the children here, but the visa was refused. And someone else said he's going to help within 2 years interval. And they changed their name to the man. They changed their name to the man. And unfortunately, the embassy got to know that the children have come before. And they were caught in between, and they said they refused them, and that's when they put a ban to it.
Yeah, the 10-year ban, it cannot be lifted.
Okay.
Because they have lied.
Okay.
Yes. Under family law, which is Article 8, under Article 8 family life, it's saying after 3 years, they can ask for pardon. But let me tell you, that was a serious one. Because that wasn't on removal at all. That was ban, 10 years ban, because they lied to the Secretary of State. They lie. And when people lie to me as well, I don't trust you anymore.
He's not here, he's back home.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They are a human being. They are, even though you say it's a requirement. Well, even me personally as an individual, once you lie to me, I would never trust you again in my life. And that's why they ban them. That's why the ban 10 years is there, because the trust is no longer there. There's no reason to change documents. You see, this is what I just said to someone now. If you have started with a statement that your name is Tokunbo Olagbaye, you have to continue. And stand by it and use every evidence to say that's my name. I'm not changing it for any reason. At the point of death, I am going to stand by my word, and that's it. That's the basic. But a lot of people, they said their name is Tokunbo today. Tomorrow, after 2-3 years, somebody convinced them. They become Abike. They become Ojo. They become Aina. They become Laide. They become somebody else coming. And if you are changing them like that, like Yo-Yo, you are not going to be able to pass through the entry clearance to come to UK. Because the relationship of trust is not there anymore.
Okay.
So those children are stuck in the meantime. But if I get you clearly, see if you can book appointment. But I know that they are stuck. But book appointment, let me look at the analysis again properly.
Okay.
Yes. Where is the mother of those children?
She's back home.
And the father is in England and has status.
Yeah. Yes.
But they have lied to the Secretary of State agents overseas. And that's
because back home, people does it a lot. So people are, changing names and all this stuff. But that was then, not now.
From the period of fingerprint issue now, from 2007, it becomes so difficult for people to be changing information on passport because you have been fingerprinted. If they have done fingerprints on that person, you cannot change anymore. I'm sure somebody still came to me Friday or Thursday, still arguing with me that it's possible, and I told the person that you will be banned for 10 years if you carry on in that manner. Yes, because it's obvious that it's not possible anymore.
Yeah, because it's really happening in Nigeria of today. It's really, really happening. People are changing names, and because I can read some comments when some people are saying no, blah blah blah. It's really happening. Let's be sincere.
Okay, ma'am. Because people are complaining here that Biko, you should book appointment, Biko.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Ebony Busy. Please call her, book an appointment, Biko. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I just want to ask you a question. If I want to invite my daughter back home in Africa, in Nigeria, to United Kingdom, what are the documents that is very essential and necessary for me to do?
You need to book appointment and come and have that in the office. You have to book appointment. I haven't got enough time to deal with that.
And one more question, ma. Do my daughter have to do English test in Nigeria? Because yeah.
Your daughter wants to do what? Your daughter wants to do what?
Does my daughter need to do English test in Nigeria before coming to United Kingdom?
On what basis is she coming?
Is as a child?
At what?
Child. My own child.
And you are a settled person?
Yes.
How old is your daughter?
14.
No, she doesn't need English test.
So what are the documents that
you need to book appointment, madam, and come and see us in the office.
All right then.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I know Nigeria is a country that loves free things, but when you get free things, you'll be whacked with free things. Anything you get for free, you don't pay for it, it's not going to last long. Trust me. Nothing comes for free in this world. Even the water you drink, it does not come for free. The air we breathe does not come for free. So don't mistakenly quoted it and said there's a free advice somewhere. They are deceiving you. There's never been anything free in this world. Everything we have, we pay for it to make our life comfortable, and that's the way forward. So don't get carried away. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, please, I quickly want to ask a question concerning the visit visa. Late last year, around December, I invited my dad here. He's 69. But my younger brother in Nigeria put in the application form, is the one financing him, sponsoring the trip, but it was refused. That it's third party that is sponsoring him, and he's 69. So I'm wondering, can one child not sponsor someone on the visit visa?
Say that again.
I said, I invited my dad last year on visit visa. He's 69 years old. So it was refused in January. And the reason was that the money he has in his account, he has 500,000 Ghana, but they said it's not enough. And it's my younger brother that is sponsoring the trip. So they now said it's third party sponsoring him, and they don't accept that.
Who is inviting?
I invited him.
Why are you inviting and somebody else is going to stand for the finance? They're no longer accepting that anymore. And only one person can sponsor, not two at the same time. The moment you are having your younger brother on board, it's becoming two people sponsoring him. And it's only allowed one person can sponsor people at one go, not two people to sponsor one person. Even if it's husband and wife, one of you needs to elect who's going to do the sponsorship.
I only sent him invitation letter.
You should have let your brother send everything if he's going to be the one that has the bank account information.
No, he's not here. He's in Nigeria.
So why that means you are not financially viable to accommodate your dad, isn't it? Yeah, but that's the meaning of it. If your brother back in Nigeria is going to stand for him financially and you are sending invitation, it means something is not right somehow. So it becomes two of you sponsoring one person.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just wondering when they refer to him as third party.
Yeah, because he's back in Nigeria and you are back here, and you are the one sending invitation. When you are sending an invitation for someone to visit you in the United Kingdom, you must send your bank account detail evidence that you are financially viable if you are going to be the one to sponsor him. Yeah, you must send evidence of your status to corroborate your name and rights to be in the UK. And evidence of your status means your passport, where it is the Viginet page and the stamp page. And if it's a British passport, the Viginet page is enough, certified by a qualified lawyer of my standard, or bank building society to certify that they have seen the true, they've seen the original, and the copy is certified as a true copy of the original.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. 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 Good morning to you. United Kingdom, we are from Arizona. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, man. How are you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the kind water. I got just a few questions for you.
Please go
I
ahead.
used to live in the UK, and I lived there for about 6 and
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Less it more audible, please. Yes.